or will it stop the
Uh-oh.
There we go. Got her started now. I think I want to live behind a microphone. It's my greatest dream.
Really?
Yeah. Well, besides having sex with you.
No. That's a dream.
Someday I'd like to be able to do that. I mean, it's been 20 years, so.
Shut up.
I figure you should kind of put out now after all this time.
I'm not very strong. I mean, come on.
That is true. I have taken it by force once or twice.
Thank you.
Okay. I could have been a contender. Good morning, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Glad you
I'm
made
running low on roaches here.
Buenos roaches.
Yeah, not so buenos.
Look at, I got the oil of champions.
Yeah, well, at least the weed plants are starting to produce something.
Yep.
Oh, the one or two I tore up accidentally because the roots had grown into the ground. Bad. Now I got to be out there every day and water them. I tore off a big chunk of the roots were down in the ground. Yeah, so I'm glad I only moved one or two.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were all wilted yesterday morning before I
Oh
left
boy.
yesterday.
That's not good.
Well, the ones that I pulled up.
Oh yeah.
So I just got to throw some dirt around them. Good morning, Waz. Good morning, Tommy in New Hampshire.
Tommy. Yay.
New people. I love new people, man.
Yep.
Brings new energons to the party.
I think Tommy was the one that was curious about carnivore.
Yeah, man, I started drinking. I was eating this carnivore, man. The problem is you gotta be careful. Your feet will swell up. My feet were like sausages, man, like overstuffed quiches. I had to start drinking Energon drinks, you know, the ones with the electrolytes in there.
Yeah.
And my doctor told me wrong. He goes, "You're eating too much salt. Stop eating bacon." I'm like, "No, I think I need more fucking salt."
Yep.
Because that's what I read online. And guess what? I drank some energy drinks, and my feet stopped swelling up, right? Yeah, man, gotta make that call. We got the logger coming out today, so
Yes.
hopefully I get a little
Oh, thank God.
cash in so I can go buy some hydro.
Hydro. Oh, weed.
Hydroponic indoor weed.
Yeah. Well, it would be nice to like be able to pay a bill or two.
Well, that too, but you gotta get high first.
Okay, fine.
All the way. Ordo priority, right?
Ordo salutis.
Ordo salutis.
Ordo
Get high
put-
first. Yeah, we remembered it right. It's kind of hard to do when you're old like us. Everything starts wearing out. Brain, everything. I'm kind of surprised all this shit was here this morning when I woke up, to tell you the truth. Thought we might not be here. But we are. And it's morning again.
Yes, it is.
No, my hips are fried, dude. That's the second thing on my list after my wrists. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it done up here in Maine, though. No. Time is running out. Yeah, running out. Good. Uh-oh. Better get on the ball. Move my wheat tray here. Well. Good morning. Yeah. Here we are again, one more time. Kids, it's good to see you. My name is Tim. I am your truth slinger. And this is my beautiful one flesh wife, Jennifer, also known as...
Good morning.
The hippie chick, a.k.a., right? Okay, here I'm going to have sound problems again. I moved my soundboard like 2 inches, and my jack is fried, and I can't hear shit.
Your jack is jack.
That's what he said. You've never seen my jack, have you?
What?
So how you guys doing out there, man? It's is it Monday? No.
No.
Oh, it's Tuesday?
Yep.
Okay, it's Tuesday.
Yep.
And we're still here. That's good.
Yeah.
Israel's
and I guess
still there.
Israel is still there.
Still there for the moment.
There's a little bit of stuff going on.
It's not just a
too much.
stain over there.
Yeah, no. Oh boy.
A parking lot. So yeah, shit is going weird, man. Yesterday was crazy. We had the stock market bottoming out, right?
my God.
Wasn't it yesterday? It just fell the hell out, right?
1,200.
Yeah, because Sunday they don't trade. Yeah. It dropped 1,200 total in a day.
Yeah, I don't know if it went more than that, but
Yeah,
that was.
I think some people with 401ks probably are not happy this morning. I'm sure. No. It's a conspiracy, man. The cats knock the shit off the counter, and then the dogs. You ever see those videos? It really is a conspiracy. They do that shit. So, so the stock market is tanking because of the war that's about to really kick off. Iran yesterday released a video that was a bit threatening. They had a clock and minute to midnight, and they're going to launch. They're going to launch everything they got. So I don't know if they're saber rattling, but if they are, they're rattling it real hard. So
That's what he said.
Ooh, and then we've got the UK. Oh, the UK is a mess. What did you read this morning about the UK? Curb stomping?
Oh.
We're curb stomping now. You know what curb stomping is, guys? Yeah, it's where you put somebody down on the ground and then you put their teeth on the curb. They make them bite the curb and then they stomp on the back of their head. Yeah, Tommy, the defense stocks are going through the roof. Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
If you owned any Lockheed Martin, it was really good for you. Yeah. Especially if your
There's lots of
whole
Congress.
portfolio, right? Yeah, right. That would be a good way to find out exactly who we've got to vote out of Congress. Whoever
Right.
has stock in Lockheed Martin, you're out of here. Because they're going to tell you that those are the people, man. I mean, how can you make... I don't think anybody in Congress should be able to own stock.
I know. Well, they're trying to put.
Period.
There's a movement to try.
If you
and get it
decide you want to
stopped.
be a public servant, then you're not going to be a rich guy.
Yep.
Okay? And I mean, now, what does that say about Donald Trump? I don't know. But something's not working. Mm-hmm. Something is terribly, 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 and deeply wrong with our country. Amiss, I would even say. Let me get some color going on here. There we go. There we go. Got to get the pulsing vibes going on. There we go. Ooh, energy.
What the hell? What are you saying?
Look at my boom. Look at my boom, babe.
You have.
Hey, check out my boom.
It's a nice.
It's a
book.
big boom.
I wouldn't say it's big, but it's nice.
It's big. It's pretty big. Look at it. I mean, look, it reaches way
Good
out
morning,
here.
Denise.
Hey, good morning, D. So, so the world is shit, right? And I'm feeling kind of better about life in general.
Right.
Now, I did get a call from the realtor, and they evaluated our house about $100,000 less than I would have wished they would have. Okay, but, it was a wish. It was a hope. It wasn't like there was real money that I had that I lost. It was just hopeful gains that I was hoping that would be there, and they weren't.
Right.
But I recalibrated. I did the math, and I said pretty much based on Social Security, when we get to Florida and in January, and I get to be with hang out with all the old people. And oh my God, we are going to make such content when we get down. We'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah,
Tell you about that in a minute. Hold on, because I want to talk about that. But I did the math, and I said, okay, if I buy something for like $50,000, and and then I have X amount left over in comparison to what I thought I was going to have, what's the clock look like ticking, right? If assuming nothing else improves and gets better. And it's like I got it figured out the math. I put pen to paper a little bit, and I said, well, probably around $1,000 to $1,500 a month. And if you do the math, I'm like going, well, this should float us for like a couple of years, right? 2 to 3 years, depending, And I'm like going, wow, if we can't make this thing work in 2 to 3 more years, then I really have been barking up the wrong tree.
Right.
But I've been getting a lot of good feedback, and I'm going to be on Johnny Vedmore today again at 11-something, between 11 and 1. I don't remember exactly when. And eventually I'd like to turn this into kind of a paying gig, That'd be really nice. And so, definitely we want to remind all of you.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.
That's right. We survive completely on your contributions and donations. And whatever I take and sell as I'm liquidating my life and putting it in the generator so that I can bring this shit to you, I'm financing it, okay? So this is my contribution to the world. And we hope you enjoy it. And so like, follow, share, do all that kind of stuff. And like down there you see like and bookmark, because that's really important right there. Like and bookmark. Because if you do that, I get to see 30x boost on the algorithm.
Anytime you see a post from us, if you could click that bookmark.
Yeah, bookmark it. And I don't care if like in a couple of days, go back and just clean out the older bookmarks.
No one cleans up bookmarks.
Oh, they don't?
No, just keep adding to them.
Yeah, So anyway, if you bookmark us, even if you don't even use your bookmark tab, right? If you never go in there, bookmark it. It helps us. And that's something that you can do if you can't financially help us. And of course, how other ways can you help us? You can pray for us. You can participate in the show. You can share this with your friends and spread the message, because I think right now the world is severely, severely lacking in truth.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do here, this whole project is about replicating myself. It's kind of like discipleship. This is my version of discipleship. I'm trying to raise up people that want to have a voice and that can have a voice and will use their voice. And so yesterday I had my, it was my third interview, but it was kind of my first. He was kind of my first. Because Matt Baker was, I was so scared to death interviewing Matt Baker because I was technically inept still, and there were some problems. And the second episode, I didn't even air it because my volume kept... The weirdest thing, there's like 6,000 volumes. If you ever get into broadcasting, man, Windows-based shit is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like there's more mutes, more volumes, more levels, and controls for the volume. And so the volume would keep spontaneously turning itself down. And I wouldn't know it because it turned itself down in the Windows configuration. And then I go to listen to it back. And I'm like, this is about this loud. And then Matt Baker's like really loud. And then I got to normalize all the volume. And So I didn't even do it. And I felt really bad. And he was super gracious about it. It was really, ended up being really neat. But Mikey was a great interview, man. It was his first interview.
Yep.
His first. And he was so natural, so relaxed. It was pre-recorded, but you should go check that out. It's currently pinned to my profile. It won't be after this is up, but you should go check that out because it will be under the highlights tab. That's where you can find all of our previous stuff if you want to go back and watch it. If you just can't get enough Tim and Jen, right? You're just jonesing for some more Truth Slinger after I sign off. Mm-hmm. That's where you can find it. Mm-hmm. Right? It's all over there. So you want to go over and look at your hastily thrown together book? Oh, your well-curated,
oh my God.
Your super well-curated
yes,
list
but
of
you're
news?
You gotta go scroll down and start at the bottom and then work your way back up to the top.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that.
Okay, good.
We can do that. But first, like I said, if you feel so inclined to want to be a giver, and giving is always good, you can come over here and there's a little button. People don't know what it is. That's a tip button. And you can make a tip of any size. And then down here is our link tree. And that's where you can find us in other places, Substack articles, follow us on Facebook, if you do that sort of thing. Just help promote us any way you can.
Yeah,
Very
but
helpful.
our biggest platform is Twitter.
Oh,
or
by
X,
far,
I'm sorry.
X.
Wow.
Yeah, by far.
Okay, X.
YouTube is asshole from a copyright standpoint. YouTube is asshole from
Totally.
Suppression standpoint. Now, I am gaining some subscribers over there. I've gone up since I started live streaming
Rumble?
over there. No, the Rumble's
YouTube.
dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know what's going on over there, man. It's just like, I don't know how to make it work. I don't know how to promote myself over there. It's just, it doesn't, and it doesn't play nice. That people's chat doesn't show up. I don't
Right.
think it doesn't play with the
Really?
studio. Yeah, it doesn't work. So the chat doesn't show up. So I have to monitor the chat separately. And I've seen like other live streamers do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, because I'm in broadcasting, so I watch people to see what their technique
Right.
is and how they do and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see Wolfie looking over here, and then he'll talk to certain people. And that's usually when Wolfie's looking over here, that's when I know he might see that's time to type because he's looking over at the chat that I'm in because I'm on YouTube. And then he looks over here and he's interacting with people on Rumble. So he's working with 2 or 3 different chats he has up on the screen.
Right.
But I've only got 2 monitors, and it's like there's only so much shit you can have up and open on your computer before you start to get, especially at my age, totally lost. And I don't know where anything is anymore,
Yep.
and that makes for uncomfortable, weird silences and things like that. So, all right, let's jump over to the bookmarks and get right into it. And you got to scroll down, right? So we got close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look at any of this. Don't look.
God.
Wait. There we go. You can't see it now. See, now that's more professional.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God. What do we look at? Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, ow.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep going.
Ugh. What the hell?
You're
Okay.
getting close.
Are we? That's what she said.
What's that? Yeah. Okay.
Oh God,
Okay.
she's so stupid.
Now you're too far. I think.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Let's
can
start
start
here.
there. Okay.
Let's start there.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Kamala.
I'm sorry.
Kamala.
Kamala. It's your little dose of Kamala this morning. Okay. Oh, this.
my God.
Okay. Now, I want to remind you. This is the de facto president, and we are on the verge of World War III. Here you go.
Like everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. Like everybody needs to be.
Wow.
God. What a train wreck.
Wow. There's so much wrong there, okay? I mean, first of all, she's just so stupid. I would almost say that she's like socially constipated. And, these people that are in awkward situations. But there's just more than that. I think she's stupid. I think she has some sort of psychological disorder. And that causes this ridiculous cackling.
Well,
It's a
Hillary did that too.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah. But Hillary had a little more going on.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is just stupid. I mean, Hillary's kind of like between her and Barack Obama kind of running the world along with George Soros.
Yeah.
But I don't think she could run a PetSmart. I don't. I just don't.
Oh, and her employees hate her. She's had
Oh.
a 97% turnover.
91, I think, though.
91, okay.
Close. 9 out of 10, that's pretty bad when you can't keep 9 out of 10 people working for you. They don't like you. Right? Okay. All right, we have a whistleblower. And
For the Trump
this
assassination
is,
attempt.
Yeah. Shocker, guys. We have more information coming out that says this might be an inside job. Aren't you shocked? Oh, don't you love humidity? Oh, wow. My icebreakers are like gummy. Look at
No,
them.
ew. Yeah, I see it.
Have one.
I don't.
Have one. You have to have one.
It's lopsided.
And soft. Ew. Ooh.
Wow.
That's kind of like an Oreo cookie. Oh. You ever have a fucking Oreo that's been sitting out in the humidity and it's like not crunchy anymore? Oh.
Bendy.
Oh.
Yeah, Jeff, she's
Oh.
definitely on something. I don't know.
That don't even taste right. What? Hi.
Here, do you want one?
Oh, give her one? Here. Oh, baby. Have a minute. Good girl.
Let's see what she does with that.
She likes carrots.
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen to this. Yeah, the
She doesn't know what to do with it.
how many people, tell me guys, how many people does it take accidentally or incidentally not doing their job to which it goes beyond the realm of coinky dinky?
Right.
Beyond the realm of just pure ineptitude. I mean, what? Is the entire fucking organization inept? I mean, DEI can't have fucked it up that bad.
Right.
I mean, there were DEI problems. I don't doubt that. But to try and say that this is all because we lowered the standards, and no, there are people that are. I mean, this chucklehead who's number 2. He was a fucking Secret Service agent when it was still part of the goddamn Treasury Department.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's how long this fucking guy's been there.
Fox News alert, Secret Service whistleblowers are coming out of the woodwork, furious about last week's press conference where the director, Ron Rowe, admitted the agency failed but wouldn't fire anyone. Trump's entire protective detail's been an illusion. The rally in Butler was the first time the Secret Service sent counter snipers to a Trump event.
Yeah, and what's
those
up with
snipers-
that?
The first
Time CNN ever live streamed it? First time.
No coincidences.
No, not anymore, man. I don't believe that anymore. Come on, guys. Right? That's bullshit. The first time they had counter snipers was because they knew that they were somebody was going to shoot him, and they had to take him out and neutralize him so he couldn't talk.
Right.
Because that would be like, I don't know, like when John Kennedy got assassinated.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And what was the guy's name? I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Patsy.
Total patsy. Right? And then what did they have to do? Jack Ruby went up and shot him in the stomach and finished him off. Right? So he couldn't talk. That's exactly what happened here in my IMHO. Right? It's not like I have any inside information, but I have a brain. We all have brains. And we start looking at stuff and we just say, no. It doesn't make sense. When you got Secret Service detail being pulled off to go to the First Lady's event, her event having 3 times the stuff, then the people they send are leftovers. They've got leftovers. And I've heard this both ways. I've heard that some of them were from Homeland Security, investigators, and some of them were I guess some of the women supposedly were his permanent detail. I don't know. But, of course, they would assign him.
Why was it 50% women?
I don't know. Little women. Like short.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you got the first counter sniper. Then you got CNN being there the first time. Then you got no communications between the locals and the whatever. You got the snipers. Oh, yeah, they have cell phones and they're texting each other. Are you fucking kidding me? Texting?
Yeah, what happened to radio?
Wait, yeah, like right in an earpiece. Like when you got your eye in a scope, it's like, wait a minute, hold on. I mean, fucking for real. Like at some point they begin to stack up, okay? And it's like, no, this just isn't. And so this is the newest piece of information on top of all those things. And the slope roof excuse. And the guys who were supposed to be watching the roof. And there was no meeting that morning. And you know, and then they left their posts. And then there were people screaming and going, there's a guy with a gun on a roof. Like total rubes, right? Deplorables. Going, hey. None of this shit makes sense. But yet we're still just shoving it down our throats and they expect us to believe it.
Yep.
We're communicating by text message without Wi-Fi. Only the locals had radios, and according to the Washington Post, the Secret Service wasn't even in the same room as they were. They were in a completely different command center on the opposite side of the farm.
Right. Not to mention, not even like next to each other. They're completely over there. So they can't even physically talk to each other, depending on electronics. And this guy gets up there and he goes, so we're thinking about in the future maybe co-location. Co-location. That's the word for be in the same fucking place.
Oh, Jesus.
Co-location.
Basically, the Secret Service was playing a big game of telephone while Crooks was stalking the grounds. Who signed off on this disastrous plan?
We don't know.
According to whistleblowers who've spoken to Senator Josh Hawley, It all comes down to the lead site agent,
Who
they
is?
claim is inexperienced and incompetent.
Oh.
Senator Josh Hawley's been speaking with these whistleblowers, and he joins us now. Senator, what have these whistleblowers been telling your office?
I like him.
Well, what they've been saying, Jesse, is that this individual, the site agent, the lead agent, was known to the Trump campaign to be inexperienced, to be ineffectual, to be, frankly, incompetent at their job.
Oh.
I'm also told by whistleblowers that on that day, she was not enforcing the normal security protocols. She was not checking people's ID.
Another
She did not-
fucking woman.
She.
You like how he let that slip?
Oh my God.
This DEI shit is unreal. What's wrong, baby?
Women shouldn't lead shit, and women shouldn't run shit. Run the fucking household. Run the fucking kids. You guys are great at that. Like, men can't do that shit. Okay? But fucking, oh my God.
All right, well, let's
Women, look. Women run off of emotion. And if you've watched any Jordan Peterson, okay, men are order and structure, and women are chaos. Now, that doesn't mean women are bad.
Right.
I like a little chaos in my life. Chaos is kind of cool. As a matter of fact, sometimes I have been known once or twice in my life to fucking chase a little chaos. I know. Okay? But in general, okay, well, the norm, the curves, right? Now, does that say a woman can never lead anything? No, but I'll tell you right now, boys and girls, the Bible says women shouldn't lead shit. And when women are in charge, we're fucked. It says it right there, okay?
Right.
It doesn't use the F word, but it says pretty much the same thing. And I don't know where it is exactly, but it's in the Old Testament. And pretty much when there were women judges and women that run things, okay, things were screwed up, right? Because they run and they rule based on emotion and feelings.
Yep.
And you can see it. You can see it the day the Secret Service agents were running around. The women were like chickens with their fucking heads cut off.
Where do we go?
Where do we go? What do we do? What's the plan? Where do we go? Oh, protect the bulletproof car. Yeah, holster my weapon. Oh, where's my holster? Oh, shit, it's on this side. Okay, total fucking panic. Now, does that mean a woman can't be steely? Does that mean that a woman can't be like all the fucking movies that come out of Hollywood that show us all these short-haired bitches that are all tone and they fucking go through 60 men, okay? Fucking with their kung fu and shit, and they're bouncing off the wall. It doesn't fucking happen, okay? 2 guys will fucking kill a woman every single time. Yeah. Usually 1 guy will kill a woman, okay? Just put them in the ring in a cage. They can't get out. The woman will be dead. Most times, 9 times out of 10. And I love women, okay? But women, we've just lost this ability to look at people and human beings and say, what are they naturally good at?
Right.
And let's let them do what they're naturally good at. No, we have to force them into fucking places where they cannot perform.
Right.
Why? Because we have to have it fucking fair.
This makes women look
ridiculous.
horrible.
It does, because it places them in a position to fail.
Right.
Look, case in point. Tell them about Ricky.
Oh.
Tell them about Ricky.
Ricky was our first employee 20 years ago, I guess. And we had a farming business. And
Very simple man.
Yep.
Now, he worked for us until he died.
Yep.
Almost 20 years he worked for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what was the deal with Ricky? What was he good at? Was he really good at? He was really fucking good at butchering.
Yep.
He was really good at maintaining the fleet of trucks.
Yep.
Making sure they had fucking oil and all that shit, which is shit I don't do.
And
right? I burned up an ATV because I wasn't fucking paying attention. Pissed me off, man. And I'm a man. I'm not supposed to do something. He was all over shit like that.
And he did deliveries.
Right. And he did deliveries, and the customers loved him.
Mm-hmm.
He would sell more shit off the back, the extra shit off the back of the truck, man. Because you get somebody, I remember he told me that story one day. And he said, he goes, yeah. You know, that guy, when we had to lay people off, And I had to lay him off. And he went on the route with me to teach me the route unpaid. Because he loved us that much.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he told me, he goes, you know how I sell so much shit off the back of the truck? I go, no. He goes, yeah, when they're late. And they done held me up. He goes, that guilt him into buying the shit off the back of the truck. Okay, and now what happened? So Ricky was perfect.
Yeah.
For right? And then what happened? We had to move some shit around and we put him out in the fucking field taking care of the chickens.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God.
He almost quit in a week.
Yeah, because he kept failing. Things kept happening.
Oh, he'd
Birds
do the
dying,
shit and then we go out.
No water.
And there'd be 150 chickens wandering around the fucking field.
He'd have to run
Because
around
he
and
would
catch
forget
them.
to put the goddamn, logs underneath the edge of the pens to, plug up the holes and shit. And the chickens would sneak out. But we put him in the wrong place. Mm-hmm. And he did not perform well. And it was like it was
he
all
wanted to quit
our fault.
Right.
Okay, and we were ready to fire him. And we were like, what the fuck happened to Ricky? What the fuck happened to Ricky was we didn't use Ricky right. It was our fault.
Yep.
Right? So goes back to what I was saying about men and women. I think it illustrates my point perfectly. Mm-hmm. Some people are best suited to do certain things. And there may be exceptions to the rule with women. There might be some women that make great CEOs, but they probably have man brains. Okay, they had that testosterone wash at the last minute. They're probably even a lesbian.
Oh boy.
Okay. Like a lot of lesbian chefs, remember? Yeah. Mm-hmm. They thought they had balls bigger than I did.
Pretty much all were lesbians.
Yeah, I don't get along well with lesbians, especially tops. No. Any woman that thinks they've got more fucking testosterone than I do, we have a problem. That's just the way, even at my age, right? So let's listen to the rest of this. I know I deviated, but I think it was important to talk about that, is that this is why DEI.
Yeah.
This is why DEI fucked everything up, right?
Not use Secret Service agents. Most of the agents there that day were not Secret Service agents. They were Homeland Security agents. And get this, Jesse, most of them had never worked a rally before. And yet this is who she chose to staff the event with, and she didn't train them or integrate them. From top to bottom, it was a total disaster.
Was that an
Jesse,
accident? Was that an accident?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is she a stooge and did what somebody told her to? Or was she so inept, everybody knew that she was so inept, and they said, perfect. She's the perfect one to put there. And that they put all these circumstances in so that there was all this culpable deniability. Culpable deniability. I want you to understand those words, because that's what Hunter Biden said, okay, to Bobolinsky. How the fuck do you do all this? And he goes, culpable deniability, right? All you got to do is leave enough room for that fucking doubt.
Wow.
So that you can't be proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. You just can't have the goddamn the picture with the handshake and the stack of cash.
Right.
You got to obscure it. And as long as you obscure it enough, nobody will ever figure it out. And that's, I think, what they did here. I think that would be my best guess is let's staff the place with as many fucking incompetent people.
Right. But then they should have, I mean, if they're really doing that and it's a ruse,
right, but
they should fire them to finish the...
But we need to have everybody included, even if they suck.
A miracle. Not only that Trump is alive, but that more good Americans were not killed. It's unbelievable.
You're saying that the site agent in charge of this security in Butler wasn't checking IDs? What do you mean? She was just letting people in?
That is what whistleblowers tell me, is that IDs were not checked to allow individuals into secure areas, Jesse. In other words, it was a total free-for-all. Whistleblowers portray to me a circumstance, a situation that was totally out of control, where people were milling around, including in what were supposed to be highly secure areas. Nobody knew who they were. By the way, it was also the lead site agent's job to make sure that the line of sight for where Trump was clear, that agents could see all angles.
Why where the people at the magnetometer didn't have a fucking clipboard in their hand or an iPad with the terrorist watch list.
Right.
And go, ID? Okay, good. You're good.
Right. Or even a list of people that have made threats against him. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's
How about that?
ton.
That and the no-fly list. Those would have been two good ones, right? To have there. But no, weren't even checking the IDs.
Angles, and she didn't do that. In fact, I'm told that the line of sight was obstructed, which means that agents from different angles couldn't really see around Trump, couldn't see potential dangers to Trump. This is pretty textbook stuff, Jesse, and what whistleblowers say to me is none of it was done properly, none of it was done by the book, and frankly, when you know all that, it's amazing more people weren't killed. This person needs to be fired, as does anybody who had leadership on that day.
And you notice we're still in the phase of this person.
Yeah. At least he's saying she.
That's all we know, though. But I mean, it's like, can we have it's Barbara Funkenstein's name already? Or
Right.
whatever the fuck her name is? Can we get a name? Can we just get a fucking name?
Unbelievable.
No.
This person is still doing security.
Yes.
They're still in charge of security for political events. Why aren't they sidelined and under investigation themselves?
Yes.
This is exactly what the whistleblowers who are coming to me, Jesse, want to know. And in fact, we know that this individual is still doing all those things because the director confirmed it. He told me under oath that, yeah, this individual is still working events. In fact, he said still doing investigations, which raises the question, is she investigating herself?
Right.
I mean, this is insane. And I'll just say this, Jesse.
Sure.
Whistleblowers are coming forward from the Secret Service because
How many investigations does the Secret Service do? I can think of two. Cocaine Gate, which, by the way, we found out was a cover-up too,
Yeah.
just recently.
Cheadle.
Partial DNA hit.
Yep.
They had a
Cheadle was
part-
trying to destroy the evidence.
Cheadle was trying to destroy the evidence.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so we have that investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, and yes, okay, so, all right, so the only other investigations they do besides the Trump rally shooting are counterfeiting
Oh, really?
investigations. Yeah, the Secret Service is the one
What
that's in
about
charge
threats against
of.
VIP
Yeah,
people?
well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, she shouldn't be in investigations right now. Not a good idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, suspension with pay, even.
Yeah, right. Something.
But nothing. Nothing. Nobody like you, me,
and you're
Denise, anybody
allowing-
else working out there for a job, nobody would. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No.
And you're allowing them access to evidence.
Which they could destroy.
Or tamper with.
Or tamper with. Oh. Everything about this stinks. The fact that there's a cover-up exists tells me it was intentional. This is not just covering up ineptitude. No way. No way.
because they can't believe what leadership is doing. They cannot believe that the Secret Service is not taking action to clear out the rot, frankly. They're scared to death this is going to happen again. We can't let it happen again. We've got to get the facts.
Was this site agent for Butler, was she one of these Cheadle hires? You know how Cheadle has an agenda. She just promotes people without merit.
Good question.
Was that person a person like that?
I don't know the answer to that. All I am told by these whistleblowers is that this individual was inexperienced, that she was known to the campaign to be, frankly, not very good at her job. They had concerns about this individual before the Butler rally. Again, when she was assigned to Butler, the campaign was worried. They thought, uh-oh, this has not gone well before, and my gosh, it didn't go well that day.
All right, well, I'm very glad these whistleblowers are speaking out
And
to your
she's
office.
still there?
Please keep the public posted on some of these developments, because the more and more we hear about it, just the angrier I get. Thank you again.
You know,
Fox News alert, Secret Service whistleblowers are coming out of the...
This would be a good time to say that yesterday you said to me, just looked at me, it was really weird, and you go, Tim, do you realize that 2 weeks ago, we just wouldn't have had a president that died. We would have seen his head explode on stage. Like like
For all the world to see.
right.
Horrifying.
And I guess I just never went there.
Yeah.
Like totally mentally. Like, yeah. Like remember when Jackie was climbing on the back of the car
Yeah.
because a
head.
piece of her husband's face was on the trunk. Right? Just to bring it home. I mean, I'm not trying to be too graphic, but I mean, that's how close we came. Nobody would have ever been able to unsee that. And what would that have awoken inside of us? I don't even know. I don't even know. And
Well, England is a good
England,
pulse.
yeah, England, yeah.
We're about
Burning it down. We're
we're
just
very close to England.
yeah.
Not
And over there-
not years away.
No, they've had it and they're burning it down.
Yeah.
And they're burning shit down, like burning the fucking police stations down.
And what was the expression about when people who didn't want to get involved?
Yeah. Yeah. It's when people that just want to live their fucking lives.
And now you forced us to get involved.
The people with the jobs, the people that do things that don't have time to go out and fucking, bitch at people and protest and do all that crap. Normal people. When the normies get involved, and I read, and I can't find the essay. There's a short essay, but it talks about the man who didn't want to get involved.
Oh,
And basically the gist of the story, I paraphrase it, is that when the men that didn't want to get involved have to get involved, it's going to be the worst day of your life. The people that caused the men that didn't want to get involved. Because essentially, when that man goes to war, he is essentially committing a sort of suicide.
Mm-hmm.
He's dying. He's killing his former life. He realizes it will no longer ever be the same. He is going to go dedicate his life wholly to this war. And when that happens, and that man that didn't want to get involved has to get involved, he's going to fight with an unholy vengeance because you murdered him and you murdered his life.
right,
And now you're going to pay for it.
right.
And it's going to be a real bad fucking day for those people
Yep.
when they press the people that don't want to get involved to get involved. That's my paraphrase of it.
Nice, very nice.
And I think that's truth. We
Yep.
don't riot.
And so
We don't
awesome.
riot. We don't generally cause I mean, January 6th, in my opinion, we were pissed. We were real pissed. And I think we were close.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the FBI threw chum into water
Yeah,
and caused something that normally wouldn't have happened.
Right, yeah.
Had the rallies just gone on and people be speaking up there, and those people like Ray Epps didn't exist, and the Antifa that were blended in there, and all the forces that were there, I don't think January 6th would have happened. But it was close because I was there. I know what the energy was. But if it happens again, and we wake up to another spike overnight, magically from all these Dominion machines,
oh man,
and they win, and they're going to just like put the pedal to the metal even more with this shit, stuff is going to start to get burned. People are going to lose it. People are going to be like, the system no longer serves us. This is when the point we're in revolution. We become revolutionaries.
right.
And that's where we're at, guys. We are on the very, very edge. All right, this is Tommy Robinson. This is a
Yeah.
little UK news.
Yep.
This is a pensioner, which is a they call
Retiree.
retirees pensioners. They're on pension. Assaulted by a migrant in a sheltered accommodation, Belfast. Get these bastards out of our countries. Yeah, we've been seeing some horrific stuff. Even Tim Pool's like going, I can't believe what I'm seeing going on in the UK. I mean, it's
Roving gangs.
gangs.
Of Muslims or Islamists, covered head to toe in black with weapons.
with hoods.
big
swords.
sticks and swords and machetes.
Fucking swords and machetes.
Yep. And they're attacking. They're going going in the streets and looking in people's cars when they're stopped at a light to see if there is a white person and then pulling them out of their cars. They're just, oh God.
It's crazy. Good morning, Mike. Yeah, I was just telling everybody what a great interview we had yesterday, and that people should go check it out.
Good morning, Mike.
Yeah, if you want to know what Mike looks like, then you need to go to the
Siggs O'Malley.
Yep, Siggs O'Malley, man, at Siggs O'Malley. You need to follow him. If you're not following him, he's our buddy.
He's
very funny guy.
One of my favorite follows. He's very funny, and he's got some unique stuff.
Super intelligent guy.
Yep.
Super intelligent, and you got to check it out because it was his first ever interview, and he was like a pro.
Yeah,
he was like a pro. And now today, Mike, I got to go on with Johnny Vedmore, 11-something, and you know what's going to happen? As soon as I get off this show, I'm going to get nervous because I got to go on somebody else's show. But you handled it like a pro, man, and I enjoyed having you on, and we are going to do it again. Yep. And we're going to get Jeff on. Yeah, see, I'm on a thing. We're going to get Waz on. Yep. We're going to get Jeff on because I realized
Pastor Corn Pop.
Yep, Pastor Corn Pop's going to come on, and everybody was responded, and the only negatives I got, I think one guy said, I'll pass, I'm not ready yet, or whatever. Most everybody was like, well, the only thing I have is technical problems. Yeah, right. Main Antifa is going to come on. He's funny as shit, man. He's a little twisted. And I don't know what any of these people look like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get to learn what they look like, and I get to interview them and talk with them, and then how much more intimate will our group be if I interview most of them?
Yeah, and you get to know them.
I mean, and in the spirit of kindness and goodwill, I might even have Denise on or something, right? Even though she's a woman, she might have something good to say, she might. But then that way we would all get to know each other, right? And we could and just see a different side of us that we can't see on X. So I'm very excited about the idea, and I'm even going to interview two locals. I'm going to interview John, he's on the town selectman or something. He's on the.
Yep, he was.
He used to be a senator.
He's got
state
pictures
senator.
of Trump.
He's met Trump, and so he's my friend. He's going to come over here, and he's a very interesting guy. I run a tractor for him sometimes, and then let me see who else we're going to get. I'm going to get Jay from the Irving.
Oh,
the gas station. Jay, he's just my buddy, man. Raises pigs. Kind of, I think, lives similar to us, rugged lifestyle.
Off grid.
And neat guy, always working his ass off at the Irving.
Yeah.
And I'm always talking to him about politics and shit. And I told him, I said, man, you got to come on my show. And he said he would.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and Tucker just did one this morning that we were watching.
Oh, yeah.
And just to bring it up, I think we bookmarked it, and you should probably go check it out. He takes a Cybertruck, brings it up here to Maine, and gives it to a guy he knows, because Tucker lives up here in Maine, and he's become friends with people. And this guy works for him, does work for him, carpentry and all sorts of stuff. So he got to know the guy. And then, of course, the guy has people working for him. A guy works for him, kind of like Robbie O. We had this guy, no teeth, working for us. And so, and it's really crazy because Tucker talks to these people, and they're just ordinary, normal people. And they're not necessarily, you find out surprises about them. Like this guy was in prison for 20 years for marijuana.
Yep.
He was the guy that worked for the guy, right?
Right.
And he was the one that's like Robbie O. Genius, gearhead, collector, had this old barn. But yet completely scattered in ways, right? But a gem. Like these people are gem, and they know so much about certain things. And it turns out the guy had a college education too. But yeah, he spent 20 years in jail for growing weed or running weed, and now it's legal, Yeah. And now imagine not being a bitter guy. What did he do? He got out of jail. First thing he did is built this fucking huge barn.
Yeah.
Like all by himself.
Huge. Yeah.
Two of them. Both guys built their own barns, with just equipment and blocking tackles and pulleys and all sorts of shit. Crazy.
That takes talent.
It does. It takes talent. It takes brains.
And discipline.
Yeah. So the reason I went off on that rabbit trail is that's confirmation to me that it's really awesome to talk to normal people, because normal people, the ones that are engaged. Now, I'm not talking about low information people, but generally people on the right are very intelligent. You go to a Trump rally, you pick any one of them, and you ask, what's the problem with this country?
Yep.
Right. And they'll rattle off a whole list of policy issues, right? Like a policy wonks.
Right.
You talk to people on the left. Oh, Trump, I hate him. He's a criminal, man. He's a Nazi. You know, it's just they don't know anything. But I think it's great. So anyway, I really like, salt of the earth. Really good way to put it. But yeah, this is coming to our country.
Georgina.
Here.
Go into the house. I phoned the police. Go into the house. Right, if you need an ambulance, I'm going to phone an ambulance. Go in.
Was she bleeding?
Sorry,
Yeah.
go into the
Mouth?
house. I phoned the police.
Yeah, that wasn't lipstick, guys.
The police, yes.
Yes, the police have been phoned.
Police, no, the police.
Out.
Yes, the police. Yes, the police. Madam, yes, police, yes.
I've already phoned the police. Then you just wait there till the police comes.
Yes, police.
You just wait here till the police comes.
Yes, police.
Yes, police.
Okay.
You just wait here. They'll be here in 1 minute. You just sit there. You just wait till the police come. They'll be here in 1 minute. Police will be here in...
Oh my God, he
1
just
minute.
assaulted a woman and then he's leaving. This is like a
Police are coming.
retirement community or something. Apartment.
You just have a wee seat. The police are coming. You just have a wee seat here. You just have
You
a wee
cannot-
seat here.
Yeah, please wait here.
Where is John?
How about whip out a fucking pistol, shoot the fucking guy in the leg, and go, now don't move. And by the way, you know, why don't you just shoot him in the leg? Always go for center mass. I'm a good enough shot. I fucking shoot somebody, and thigh's a big goddamn muscle. I can fucking hit a thigh. Jesus Christ, I can hit a beer can fucking 8 feet away. Like, repeatedly. I can shoot somebody in the thigh all day long, man. Right? That's but no, over in UK, oh, sorry, blokes. No guns. Can't have a gun. Please stay here. Would you please? Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Insanity. All right, what else? More Kurdish immigrants, Kurdish, in Stoke, UK, have declared independent. Oh, they've declared independence.
Yay!
And are expelling locals. You can hear them speaking Kurdish. Now,
And they're in the UK.
ever since the beginning of this podcast, 275 way plus episodes ago, because now we're going live and I don't number any of those,
Right.
I have been saying that you cannot import a culture into your country
Yep.
that does not believe in what you believe. And in our case, the Constitution, or in their case, you know, civilization. Just be civilized, right? These fucking people aren't civilized. They don't care to be civilized. And it's like the snake story that Donald Trump tells, right? Why did you
Oh,
let me in?
yeah.
You know, you bit me. Oh, you knew I was a fucking snake,
Silly woman.
right?
Yep.
But this is intentional, and they brought these people in, and now literally they are planting the Kurdish fucking flag in the UK and declaring independence. They're their own micro-Kurdish nation. Now people live here.
You know allowed to come here. You've been swearing at everyone here. You've been swearing. Can you get out, please?
I don't know why the video is doing this, guys. Not to mention the most vulnerable. Like, I talk about women are suited for certain things and not for others. Well, physically speaking, right? You just don't whoop on women, man. Lord help the son of a bitch that hits a woman in public in front of me. Let alone tries to attack you. But I mean, I've been psycho a few times in my life.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I really like it. I do. And I sometimes, for a long time, didn't want to admit that. I would have made a really good MMA fighter,
Yeah.
except for the fact that
You like to get hit in the face.
See, I don't do it for sport. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it for sport. Like the guy Frank said, the other guy never had a chance.
Right.
My very fucking life depended on that fight. The other guy was in it for sport. He never had a chance, stood a chance. No, man. When it comes time to start to hitting, there's this point at which there's an abandonment to the animal. And, well, I mean, that's kind of part of the reason I sort of enjoyed a certain kind of,
Okay.
Anyway, but no, I guess what I'm saying is that it's scary because, but, and it goes back to the same story about the people that didn't want to get involved. Right. And I think most people would say, I mean, there's an appropriate time to be angry. There's appropriate time to be enraged.
Right.
And when women are treated like I'm seeing them treated, it brings out a certain thing in man, which is another reason why women should never be in battle next to a man.
Yeah.
Because the man will do something to save the woman that he wouldn't normally do.
Right. Yep.
Right?
Okay, move on from that one.
Oh, so are the cops helping expel the women? Probably. See, the cops are coming down on the side of the immigrants or the migrants
Yes,
or the
illegals.
Illegals.
Call them illegals.
All right, what is this?
I don't know.
Clumsy Swan Pub in Yardley, where families attending a karaoke bar barricaded themselves last night after a masked mob descended.
Is that a video or just a picture?
It looks like just a picture.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry
but see
about
the
that.
barricade?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
Seriously, like, yeah. And we saw somebody got beat up outside.
Yeah.
And the people were freaking freaking out inside. The guy was outside alone. What is this? Tommy Robinson. They have demonized Tommy Robinson.
I know, this poor little, cute little leprechaun of a guy.
And, I mean, 100,000 people showed up to his protest peacefully.
Yeah.
And what happens when about 50 Muslims get together? Okay? They start beating up people and burning shit down. Oh, Lord. So here's more of the mayhem in the UK.
Attention, attention. This is a police message.
Wow.
The crowd should disperse immediately.
That looks like a
Force
movie.
is about to be used against violent individuals. No further warnings will be given.
It's The Purge, guys. It's The Purge.
Yep.
You're watching it. This is not theater. This is actual events, right?
That's crazy. That building on the right there, that metal-looking thing.
Yep.
They were dragging them in, and they're like little jail cells. It's longer than it looks. It's like twice as big as it looks. It's like a little storage container for people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that's really dangerous.
Oh, that's so weird, man.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Okay. What do we have here? It's all smoke and mirrors, fake Zoom audience, paid rally attendees, paid social media posts, paid TikTok videos. Come on, people. Yeah.
pay
Offered
him
$1,500 to bash Trump on TikTok.
Man, I might bash Trump on TikTok for $1,500. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so we're watching this Kamala Harris
Kamala.
live. And I don't know if anybody else noticed, but all these people on Zoom.
What?
So this lady, it's also this lady.
Oh.
And this lady.
What?
It's also this lady.
Oh,
wait. And this lady, it's also this lady.
Oh, shit.
So who are these people?
What?
Okay, so
They can't even hire more people.
They can't even hire enough fucking people to fill the Zoom screen?
Oh, wow.
What in the hell?
Oh, God.
Gay OnlyFans star claims Kamala Harris campaign offered her $1,500 to bash Trump on TikTok. Yep, I believe it. Yeah. Totally. That's fake, man. AstroTurfing, guys.
Yeah.
It's not a grassroots movement. Nope. Okay, day 2 and Republicans for Harris is still trending, and we might just pass 90,000 followers.
So says the Republicans for Harris. But that's just to let you know that there's something out there. I don't know.
Okay.
Stupid. They got Asians for
Okay.
Harris, men for Harris,
Okay.
gay men for Harris, gay white men for
Okay,
Harris.
furries for
gay
Harris. Furries.
Yes, gay white furries.
Furbies. Okay. All right. Stomach been in knots. Why? What? Am I the only one who feels that if President Trump is not back in the White House, we're doomed, especially with Harris taking the lead now? I've never felt this much stress and dread about an election before now. What are you feeling? Well, I would have to say that I don't feel dread, but that's because I'm a Christian. And I'm actually experiencing, I think, what I would call the quickening, would be a good way to put it. There's something I feel more alive lately. I feel more urgent about the True Slinger project.
Yeah.
I feel more like I got to get my shit together around here so we can go, right? Get on with it.
Right.
And that's the way I feel about all of this. And I think a lot of people are feeling like, let's get on with it already. You want to fucking do the Great Reset? Let's fucking get it on.
Right. Yeah,
Let's
get
fucking get it on, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a certain freedom of being older rather than, if we were in our 20s, I might be a little more upset.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm like...
Fucking yeehaw, let's go, man. Woohoo!
All right, breaking news.
Wait.
That Denise...
Uh-oh.
Come on, Denise.
Okay, what? What?
Okay, wait. Let me see if I can...
Wait, come on. Oops.
Where?
All
right.
There we go.
Nope, that's not it. Okay, yep, I got it. Tim Walz. Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, white male.
Yeah, she needs one.
Yep. So she didn't pick Josh Shapiro. That was probably
Probably a wise move, considering his little 27 times stabbed suicide case he's involved in.
Right.
With the 3 post-mortem stabs.
Yep.
Ruled a suicide.
Right.
And he was a Jew.
Exactly.
And we know that right now the far, far left has a problem with Jews. Right? So we're going to have to dig into him and find out what the hell's going on there. Okay. Oh, your 401k is getting unburdened from what has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, people are saying she couldn't have picked a worse running mate.
Oh, really? Well, why? Tell me as we go through here.
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Okay. Breaking. Donald Trump is accusing Kamala Harris of paying black people to attend her campaign rallies. I wouldn't doubt it.
No, yeah, right.
I wouldn't doubt it. All right, so this is what I was talking about. This is so cool because you check this out. Elon Musk posted it. So if you go to his feed, you'll be able to see it. But this is Tucker talking to average people. And I'm not going to play a lot of it. But he went to this guy and just went to talk to him. And this is the guy built some of Tucker's stuff on his property. I'm sure built a barn for him or something. And that's his sawmill right there. And really just salt of the earth people.
Machinery. It's really, I plow with it. I plow snow, which is a huge thing, and we're going to worry about that later with the Cybertruck, whether you can plow snow with it or not. But we basically...
What were you going to say?
This Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. He was part of fueling the BLM riots in 2020. Rioters looted and wrecked Minneapolis. He changed the Minnesota state flag to resemble Somalia's flag.
Oh, I remember that.
Killed old people with COVID nursing home scandal. A groomer-friendly sanctuary LGBTQIA+ state. pushes trans surgery for youth, hormone therapy, agenda. Soldiers accuse Waltz of embellishing and selectively omitting facts about his military career. Fellow soldiers accused him of quitting on them. He got a DUI in 1995 going 96 miles an hour in a Set 55, and he praises socialism. They said
he's as far left as she is.
Yeah.
He's as far left as she is. Absolutely. Hello. I really got to get me a new set of headphones. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. All right.
Basically need one vehicle that does everything.
So one of the things that you do, I know because I see you, is you take your dogs in the truck.
Yep.
Your beagles for rabbit hunting, your spaniel for bird hunting, and they kind of live in your truck also. Right. Have the dogs been in the truck?
Oh yeah, they love it. I don't think they think it's looking or anything like that.
Okay, good. Well, and you would know because if dogs think that, you can tell.
Right.
All right. Well, let's test it out.
All right, we're gonna haul some dirt today.
Now I know people like this. These are my friends up here.
You're this.
I am
have a
this.
tractor.
Yeah, I am this. I just don't have all the stuff these guys got.
Yeah.
This guy's been collecting shit for his whole life. It's all he's ever done.
Watching you operate a machine it's like watching Barry Bonds play baseball. It's like crazy.
Well, been doing it since I was...
No, but you're into it. A lot of people have done it a long time.
Oh, I love operating a tractor, guys.
Will you
and I'm really good
explain
at
what
it too.
These two things are?
It's fun.
This was my father's grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, I believe. It's a spud for peeling bark, made out of an axle, I was told, like from a Model A truck. Or they saved the axles out of the old trucks. They still scavenge them through the wood. Very good steel in the old axles. Very high quality steel.
So you use that to take the bark off?
Yeah, I use it to clean the log off when it's got dirt on it, and the bark peels really good on a
Now, see this barn? He built this whole barn by himself.
Mm-hmm.
By himself. Okay. Probably fucking milled the lumber. Probably he had a small mill.
Yep.
Yeah, push kind. Sawed up the lumber and built that. Now that was my plan for over here to do the same thing. But my and then this guy's old too. But he's gonna do this shit until he's 100, probably, and drop dead. And that's just not me. But I'm kind of more of a. But what's interesting though is that this guy's as much of a Renaissance man in many ways as I am. All these people have all these different skills. I mean, he mills lumber. He's a carpenter. He builds shit. He probably knows how to work on engines. Okay, and these people are self-reliant, right? And that's what's so awesome about these folks. And resilient people. And it's not easy living up here in Maine. I'll tell you that shit, man. When it gets 30 below and the fucking snow is 2.5 feet deep, I almost died up here. I mean, a couple of times I could have. That one time I was hiking back from the neighbor's house, which is less than a mile. And we were broke down and I had to go get some fucking fuel and whatever. And my tractor, it was so goddamn cold that I was on my way over to his place. And it was snowing and the wind was going. So we across the field, we start to really get some drifting going.
Yeah.
And what happened is I got stuck. And then I went back. I got stuck. Oh, the fuel gelled up. It was so fucking cold that it just stopped running. And and when it stopped, I couldn't. It wouldn't turn over because the battery had gotten so goddamn cold. And so I had to hike it the rest of the way.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then I hiked back, okay? And I mean, on the way back, I felt like I was in a damned movie. I had that, the wind is blowing, and I'm like knee deep in this shit, and I'm carrying a can of gas and a 12-pack of beer, and and I mean, I'm like going, man, I can see how somebody would just give the fuck up.
Yeah.
That this
give up.
Just stop.
Right.
But yeah, so it's hard to live up here. Now I want to jump ahead because I want you to see the guy that works for him. So they drove the truck around, and by the way, the review on the truck was fantastic.
Yep.
The only complaint is it's $100,000. and people think you're snooty. A lot of people don't want nothing to fucking do with you. And they're like, don't park that fucking thing next to my truck, man. It'll catch on fire.
Yeah, and it might.
But he said it's better than any truck as far as handling off-road and all that stuff. So, you know, it's pretty impressive.
And it's bulletproof, too,
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
it's bulletproof, which is cool.
And it's dent-proof. I saw someone trying to take a sledgehammer and
I don't know
rocks
why you
thrown in.
would want to do that. Oh, is it going to get stuck? It is.
Oh, because you're in the
Sometimes X freezes up like that. Where is he? Oh my goodness, you've been a busy beaver. Oh lordy, we got to move on.
I know you've been
All right, we were way down here. Where'd Tucker go?
right there. A day in Maine.
Yeah, okay.
So how do you like the lineup?
All right, so here's the other
Looks like
guy.
they turned themselves over in the pan.
That's the guy that was in prison for smoking weed.
Flip. Yeah, this is like tropical now.
How's it handling?
Perfect.
He got his dog in his lap. This is where he lives. He's working on this place. And it's just the guy is really smart, but not smart like people go, well, they would look at him and they would look down upon him, you know, missing teeth and all that kind of stuff. Man, great dude. A lot of funny as hell too.
Yeah.
Funny as hell.
Yeah, there are people. Those are like our neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I worked with them, man. I worked at a firewood processing place for a whole summer.
Mhm.
And nearly got into a goddamn fist fight. I mean, like, had to challenge the foreman. Okay, and told him, we're meeting Monday fucking morning. Okay. And I'm gonna fight. He's like, come over here right now. I'm like, oh no, fuck you. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass in front of the crew. I'm gonna fucking humiliate you. I am going to take out a lifetime of fucking shit. I'm going to work out my issues on you, motherfucker.
And the poor guy is like 5'4" or something.
He's 5'4", but he's got little man complex. And I'm like, I'm going to beat that shit right out of you. Drunk motherfucker, drunk all the time. Yeah. He's the guy that would drive around, still driving around after a 30-pack.
Oh my
Okay. So anyway, that's why I don't work around other people anymore. Because to a certain degree, it's like salt of the earth, yeah, but... You know, the other thing is it's difficult to get to know people. When you move in from out of state, it's tough. Especially when you're good at something and then guys get threatened on that's what happened. I was good at what I did. And so people got scared of me. So all right, what is this?
All right.
Official design for the replacement of the Maine state flag.
Right.
Okay.
And okay, so the left is pushing this. Our side hates it. And I'm like, why do they hate it? Because it's similar to the Appeal to Heaven flag.
And we are we the Pine Tree State?
We are. And they're calling the Appeal to Heaven flag a white supremacist flag, which I didn't know that. But why would
the
they
left
adopt
push it?
something? Right. Well, okay, now scroll up a little.
Okay, and what was it? Something about attaching a strip of a gay
That's
shit
what
to
this
it?
is, yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Okay. That's what they really want to do. So
Okay, but who cropped that and said this is what it's going to be, but we're really going to do this? I mean, what the fuck?
yeah. There's
And-
another one.
And
I
what is
think.
this goat face over here?
I don't know.
What the
Scroll up.
fuck is that?
I don't know. Okay, there's more. Yeah.
Oh.
If you don't fight for your state flag, it will end up looking like all your flags.
Well, this is where we're at right here, guys.
Yep.
Pretty much already.
And I think I scroll up again. Okay, that's our current flag. Okay. A male farmer, a male fisherman, and apparently a male moose. Okay. So now we've offended everybody because there's no women on this at all.
Well,
so
and
we're
no-
going to take everything off and
and
put
no-
a tree up.
And no pox.
No pox.
And nobody is touching anybody else's genitals. Or any of
But
that.
the fishing and the farming represents a huge amount of the population of the state,
Okay,
the
well,
industry.
you want to know my opinion? We shouldn't change it. This is a fucking boring flag, and this is equally as fucking boring, and this is gay and stupid.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Did you hear Kellyanne Conway registered as a foreign agent for Ukraine?
say what?
Yeah. So Don Jr. It's short. John Jr. addresses it.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Madman PA. What's up with Kellyanne Conway registering as a foreign agent for Ukraine? Yeah, listen. Hey, I like Kellyanne. I've known her for a long time. I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how do you do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I guess you take the money and maybe that's DC or whatever happens over time. But I don't know how you can be part of a campaign and do that. I mean, clearly. The problem is this, the rich guys in Ukraine, they want the war to continue because they're stealing the money that we're sending them. They're happy to send the guys dying, on the battlegrounds as cannon fodder over there because they don't have any power, and so they'll send that. So, if you're working for Ukraine, it's hard. Like, I can't imagine anyone there is actually working for peace, and Trump's the only guy that can actually get peace there. So, yeah, like I said, I like Kellyanne a lot. That one, I don't know. It's just a little too. I don't want to comment any further because I'll get myself in trouble. But it's a little too swampy for my taste. And
yeah, me too. A little too swampy for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So, Truth is here today, and he's babbling away over here.
Hey, Truth. He's over
we
on
love
YouTube.
Dan Bongino. We know Dan Bongino. We're familiar with Dan Bongino. I haven't seen anything most recently within about, a week or so about his total take on this thing. But I know he says it smells all to high hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very familiar with him. Is there something specific that we should be looking at that he's just recently done or what? Yeah.
Might be the next head of Secret Service. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. Well, Trump just has to put absolute 100% fucking loyalists in every single position or eliminate that entire department.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, man. You take care, Jeff. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you going to work with him today or no?
Oh. No, I don't know if I want to do an interview today with him. I just told him not yesterday.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have anything planned for today.
Okay, so the next, I'm sorry.
The next thing?
This was in
Oh, what the shit is that?
Israel.
An Iranian-backed Hezbollah drone just hit a highway in Nahariya, Israel. Pro-Hezbollah and pro-Iran accounts on Telegram are posting this video this morning celebrating the death of Israelis. Oh, man.
Wow. What was that? A bomb or a rocket? Or?
A drone.
Oh.
They take drones now and they strap explosives to them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, God. What are we looking at here? Let's just listen. I don't want to read. Let's just listen.
If we go to war, will it stop the election? Probably not. Any of the wars that we've ever been with in the history of ever, World War I, World War II, none of that ever stopped an election from happening. I seriously doubt going to war for Israel and Iran is going to stop our election here in the United States. But here's what I can see happening. We're going to send everybody over that is recruited and put in place to protect the United States of America. We're going to send them to Iran to defend Israel during an election season, right before the election day. In the meantime, over the last 4 or so years, we have allowed millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants to come into our country. A lot of them who hate us for who we are and what we stand for have been not quiet about that. I mean, you see what's going on in the UK, right? It's not just illegal immigrants that are coming in here. There are people in this country that actively hate who we are and what we stand for. They're just waiting. Now, if we send all of our strong people, the people that are set to protect our country overseas, who is going to protect us on election day when we try to get to the polls? It's people who hate Trump. It's people who hate America. Has anybody thought about that? They won't cancel the election. They won't stop you from voting. They'll make it real fucking hard. Go look up what's going on in the UK. People will be too scared to go to the polls. Don't have to enact martial law. People will be too scared.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, that's an interesting take on things. Because, you know, the question is how is this all going to play out? Are they going to cheat? Yes. Are they going to cancel the election? I don't know. You know, we don't know. There's multiple ways this could go down. And that's a plausible scenario. Do you remember when the Black Panthers just, standing around outside the polling place with guns and like clubs? Just standing there. Not trying to intimidate anybody.
Can we do that?
Imagine that if it's 10, 15 immigrants at every polling station.
Oh, my God.
Would you want to go through 15, 20 people? Just normal people, normies?
Right.
And they're all standing. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, Kuhn. All right, what do we got here? Flag of revenge was raised today over the
that's actually
Jamkaran Mosque in the city of Qom. The city of Qom? Qom. The flag was also raised after the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. Okay, so that means they're pissed. That's what that means.
Bad things are going to happen.
Bad things are going to happen. Okay. Oh, no, you didn't.
I did. You should play my hippie chick music now.
All right.
Because we're onto my stuff, which is, usually violence.
Well, apparently today, gayness, major gayness.
Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike the pose, there's nothing 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 to it. Strike the pose, 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 there's nothing to it. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, TikTok homos. Let's go back to Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I was good with that.
Weren't
was you?
Too. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care who you have sex with. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know that about you.
Right. Yep. Don't ask, don't tell. In the military, in life, don't really care who you're fucking. Don't want to know.
Yep.
Don't want to be involved. And this shit, it makes us involved. This should be against policy. That guy that in the submarine took a picture of himself, a selfie, and they threw him in prison because it was like, ooh, nuclear sub.
Yeah.
This shit should be illegal right here.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. Our enemies watch this shit.
Yep. Kuhn says our military isn't a social experiment.
Oh, it is now.
And sexuality is a private matter.
But I will tell you.
Should be.
In one way, they say they're tearing down the military, and somebody else said no, and I thought the point was pretty lucid. No, they're building one.
Right.
They're purging. They purged a lot of people that were vaxxers, anti-vaxxers, which are generally patriots, right? Oh, yeah, China, Russia, the entire Muslim world is laughing at us. They're fucking laughing at us. I mean, I can't tell you a number of times where I've literally gone and seen and learned some things about Russia and the shit they make illegal over there. And it's like, maybe a retirement would be bad. How many rubles do you get for dollar? What's the exchange rate, man? I mean, when Russian policy, civic and social policy is way more fucking sane than ours is, that's crazy shit.
Yep.
When you want to be on the other side of the Iron Curtain, wow. I know the Iron Curtain isn't there anymore.
Admiral.
All right, what the hell is this?
Victor David Hand. Now, that's probably too long. I would probably skip it or save it for later because no, it's 9:22. I don't know.
Let's play a little bit of it.
Okay.
If you don't know who Victor David Hanson is, VDH, he is one of the smartest men on the planet, in my opinion. He's right up there with Jordan Peterson.
Yep.
Just brilliant intellectual. And depth of knowledge, historian, so sharp. And he's saying that we are in deep shit. Deep shit. Yeah, he's the best, and he's
We don't know who's running the country now, whether it's the Obama third-term people or no one at all. The society that is targeted or vulnerable has no idea that it is. It keeps reassuring itself that its grandeur is still there, it's still powerful. That has eerie similarities to the United States. They have no idea about the people who are attacking them. We're getting to a point now where the United States is the keeper of deterrence worldwide is no longer there.
Right.
For a variety of reasons, we don't have the economic clout with 36 trillion in debt. We're borrowing $1 trillion every 90 days. It's been a 360-degree
every
destructive for you.
90 days.
What?
We're borrowing $1 trillion every 90 days. That means the debt in 1 year will be 39 trillion.
Right.
And then the following year 43, and it continues to go up. It's
right,
it's not
seems
linear by any
Right.
stretch of the imagination or flat. It's like inflation.
Years. And I don't know how. Sometimes I almost think they get in a room and they say, well, yeah, we let in 10 million people. There's the borders open. And how are you going to stop that? The remedy will be worse than the malady that we caused. And inflation is high, but you know what? You're going to have to raise taxes on the people who deserve to be taxed. It's almost the nihilism was intentional. And they knew that people wouldn't like what they did, but they thought they were going to hand off a revolutionary system, a Jacobin system, and then the effort to undo it.
Now, this guy, when you listen to him, okay, it is worth sitting there. And when you listen to him, every word you don't understand, you pause the video, you go to Google, and you research what the hell he just said.
Yeah.
Because if you do that on a video like this, okay, I guarantee you your IQ will go up 10 points by the end of it.
But would be catastrophic. I think our problem is that we're culturally arrogant and we're full of hubris. When we were and we think everybody wants to be like us. A lot of people look at this and they say, well, we don't see any connection from your wealth and your power with your values. So we reject your values. And there is a connection between democracy and freedom and technology and success, but they don't see that. And the more that we try to appease them and say to them, we're Americans and we want to help you, that doesn't appeal to them. They interpret that magnanimity as weakness to be exploited rather than kindness to be reciprocated. And they don't like the West. They feel that, well, you didn't earn it. As a society gets weaker and starts to decline, they put more interest in and more, I know this is counterintuitive, but they want.
Yeah, I need to say this at this point, is that what he just said there was the classic failure of American foreign policy, is that they believe that the person, that this country, these people, this culture will appreciate the same things we appreciate.
Yeah, right.
Right? And that their values, like he said, is that kindness, right, to us, Western civilization, Christians, right? The Good Samaritan, all that shit is burned into us.
Right.
Right? And they're like, you are weak. You are weak for helping. You feel sorry for us. This is a weakness we can exploit in you. Okay?
Yeah, right.
And that's naivete on a grand scale, because I know that I spent most of my life, I knew there was certain people that were smart and certain people that were not smart or as smart. Okay.
Right.
I knew that, you go to school and you figure it out. Some people get better grades than others. I mean, I understood things on that kind of intellectual level. But on a deeper emotional level, I believe pretty much everybody was kind of the same.
Yeah.
I kind of believe that, if you just basically sit down and explain something to them or educate somebody or some people are uneducatable. They're just not, they just don't have it.
Right.
And they haven't got a fucking clue. And it took me a long time to realize that, no, not everybody's operating on the same wavelength, nor is everybody, the naivety that I had about trusting people. Remember? I was very trusting. And now I realize finally, but I had to beat it in my brain, most people are dirt bags.
Yeah.
They want to hurt you. They want to take advantage of you.
Sinful men.
Yes, they're sinful men. And so that is the lack that we have, I think, in politics on our foreign policy, is this lack of ability to see how others perceive us.
Want to have more allies. So that, say, take Constantinople and the Byzantines. The more they were unable to hold back Mehmet and the Sultan and his announced plan to destroy Constantinople, take it over, the more they said the Genovese are going to come. The Venetians will sail up the Dardanelles and save us.
I'll have
the
to read that.
Florentines have always liked us. Maybe we can unite with Western Christianity, but nobody will allow the greatest city in Christendom to fall. And that never happens. And the Thebans kept saying, well, we revolted, where are the Spartans? I hear they're marching up they marched up to the Peloponnesian, when they saw the actual disparity in forces and the nature of Alexander the Great. They just turned around and went home. And so I think in the case of the United States, we keep talking, I mean, it's very important to have allies, but we keep talking about NATO this and NATO that and our allies, but in some ways it's an admission that the United States is no longer preeminent and will not lead. And what we should be saying is we want all the allies we can, but if we don't have the allies, we still have the power to fulfill our foreign policy agendas. We've got the best military, the best economy in the world, the best tech. But as you start to weaken, you keep talking about coalitions, and they never pan out. Well, it had been conventional wisdom that the salvation of the United States was the federalist system, the idea that we were not America, we were the United States, and that we had a system, and the left, of course, hates that system, where the House was popularly elected and represented the people, and the Senate represented the states, so that, you know, they had 6 years of a term, they had to be older. And, you know, Wyoming, every senator represents 250,000, California, it's 20 million. And that was okay because the senators represented the state and their congressional representatives represented the people.
Now, that's probably one of the most lucid explanations of the difference between the House and the Senate, and why there's only 2 senators per state, but the House is elected based on population.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? That was very, very well explained.
And that would allow the states, if you didn't like something in one state, you could go to another state. There was commonalities, but there was enough respect for state autonomy that each state was experimenting in various degrees with consensual government, more freedom, less taxes, more regulation, et cetera, and then that was a safety valve so that the nation didn't explode. However, the problem with federalism is that when people are conglomerate in one geographical area, that becomes a force multiplier, and you create 2 alternative systems. We saw that in the 1850s with the rise of the idea that even though 1% of the southern population owned slaves, the other people, and most people suffered from it, both black and white, black certainly, but also white, poor. Nevertheless, there was a larger paradigm that they accepted, that the holy ground of the Confederacy, we don't want to pay for internal improvements, tariffs or killings, all of that stuff. And they created a subculture, the red states, Mason-Dixon, south of it. And that was the only time that had really happened. But today, when we look at things, everybody is self-selecting. And so I think I saw the statistics, 10 to 12 million Californians have left in the last 30 years.
Yep, one right here.
And they go to places that are, yes, they go to Nevada, they go to Arizona, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Texas. Even now, we've got a lot of people going to Alabama. And they do that because the societies work. They don't have deficits, they don't have huge pension programs, the police are trying to fight crime.
Lots of white slaves in the world.
Liberty as far as opening a business, less regulations, etc. And the blue paradigm is not working, and it's collapsing. And yet it inherited the bicoastal media, the bicoastal universities. It has a lot of the CEOs and corporate headquarters. And so when you ask that question, it's kind of scary because under our federalist system, it only happened once, but we're starting to to see two different societies. When I go to Florida or Tennessee or Texas, and I come back to California or Washington,
these pictures are stupid.
It's a very different place. I mean, you say to somebody in, I don't know, Arizona, do you watch the NBA? Nope. Do you watch the Oscars? Never heard of it. Do you ever watch the Tonys or Emmy? Nope. Do you watch NBC, ABC, Network Nerds? Nope. Do you go to a first-run Hollywood movie? Nope. Do you watch late-night comedy on TV? Nope. It's just a monastery of the mind where a whole half of the country is culturally, socially disconnecting. And the thing is that the North always, from the Civil War days, had all of the advantages. They had the industry, they had the capital, they had Wall Street, they had Harvard and Yale, and then they had the West Coast and Oregon, and so you thought that wouldn't be possible. And yet what's happening is you're seeing a red state antithesis that is draining the blue states of all the talent and using the old blue state model in red states. And the red states in some way are more like the North of the 1850s, and the blue states are more like the Confederacy in the sense they're obsessed with one-drop racism in the wokeness. They love to nullify federal laws like sanctuary cities, like they hate the Supreme Court. And I'm very worried about it because all these are force multipliers of differences. And
if Victor David Hanson is worried,
yeah,
then we should be worried. And what's brilliant about this man is he does with history and politics what I do with the Bible. He has now explained to us why we're in such deep shit, because this has happened before, and he historically grounded it. And so now, we can understand what's coming before us because we have history inform our present. But when people don't know history and don't understand history, that's when everything goes to shit. Now, people are completely malleable. Why do you think they spent all this goddamn time tearing down all those fucking statues?
Yeah.
Why do you think? Right? Because there's a need to erase history. Right. Because then people are less intelligent and they will do what you tell them to do.
So far, we have these common military, common media, and but even that is bifurcating. And I can see a point, and if something doesn't done, the white male rural soldier will not join the military anymore. And if something is not done, there will be two entirely separate medias. There will be no intersection between them at all. And
that's right, and we're part of that alternative media, okay? I mean, absolutely we are. We are part of, we're just a grain, man, but there's many, many grains. And that's why I try to replicate, too. That's the whole point, is because we are, but again, he's right. We have two completely parallel tracks. And really, the only way you guys watch the liberal media is you watch us watch it, and then we talk about it, and we're able to digest all the lies. But for the most part, I wouldn't be watching CNN if really we wouldn't be doing this. I probably wouldn't.
No.
Right? But we do this, so we have to watch the other side. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. Two different worlds.
I think there's going to be an implosion of Chicago, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles.
Implosion.
They're not sustainable in the present. So, yes, we're going to be in a very dangerous position unless we get a unifying type of administration in Congress. Barack Obama redefined diversity as everybody who is not purportedly white, and that brought the population that was non-white or oppressed to 30% of the population rather than just 12. We're supposed to believe that LeBron James is a victim. He's a multi-billionaire. And every once in a while, Barack Obama ventures out from his Colorado mansion or his Martha's Vineyard mansion or his new Oahu mansion to lecture us on our illiberalities because he's a victim.
Is it possible that the focus on race over class in today's woke ideology could undermine the foundational values of American society? In this video, Victor Davis Hanson explores this contentious issue, analyzing the shift in focus from class-based to race-based oppression.
You're absolutely
He
right,
criticizes this
Kuhn.
emphasis on
The
superficial
uniparty.
appearance, warning that it undermines the American values of common ground based on shared ideas, traditions, and customs. In summary, Hanson's video critically examines the implications of woke ideology's race-based focus, its impact on meritocracy, and the potential historical dangers. He urges viewers to consider the long-term consequences and the importance of a society based on shared values rather than superficial characteristics.
And then he did something quite differently. This was the foundations of woke. He separated oppression by class for race. So he said that class is not really the barometer. If you're in East Palestine, Ohio, and you have nothing, you're still an oppressor because you're white. If you're in Bakersfield, California, I was there not too long ago, and you see people who, there hasn't been one person in their entire family that's ever gone to college, but they're oppressors by the nature of their skin color. So then race becomes the barometer, and that's very helpful.
That's
for
a
the
bad
Marxist
place to be.
interpretation because
What
it's
happens when that
immutable,
happens
whereas
is you start getting people chasing white people with sticks and swords, like in the UK.
Marxism always failed in the United States because of class mobility. Some of your parents are very wealthy, you may not be wealthy. Some of your parents are very poor, you may be upper middle class or wealthy. And so that fluidity meant it was very hard to get a static, permanent underclass. But when you introduce race into it, and unlike gender, you say you can't construct your race, it's permanent, and therefore you're a permanent victim, then it's a much more powerful idea that we have to use the state to make equality of result.
Who breaks shit down like this so
succinctly?
So succinctly, it's incredible.
Primarily, but not exclusively on race, and then you get these idiosyncratic, strange things. That's why I think it's the strange case of woke. In the old days, under the old paradigms, because of a history of racism, people who were not white might have had a larger percentage that were poor. That's no longer necessarily true. If you look at 17 ethnic groups have higher incomes than so-called whites do. And that, Indian Americans, Japanese Americans, Arab Americans, Nigerian Americans. So it was really a substitution of race for class, and it was very effective. And so
Yeah,
now
they did a
we're sort of
switcheroo.
polarized, and we're trying to make everybody equal, and we do that in a variety of ways. We do it with admissions. We do
I
it
know
with
Stefan
hiring.
Molyneux well.
We do it with exposure on culture.
Not super well by that.
And
means.
ultimately, whether we like it or not,
watched some
it's
pretty-
at war with meritocracy.
I've watched his thing on the
Because
warrior
meritocracy
gene.
is blind, supposedly. Not that it always is that way in practicality, but ultimately it's going to take a toll because it substitutes something, and that something is not necessarily merit. So this idea that American can be defined by anybody's looks, and then defined by a cohesion of ideas, that you're an American because you have a common ground, that you believe in the Constitution, you believe in these traditions and customs
Exactly.
and self-improvement, self-critique. That's what makes what we're doing. So this is a very reactionary, pre-civilizational idea that we're going to go back and start judging people by their superficial appearance.
Pre-civilizational. We're going to a system that existed pre-civilization, right? Meaning not barbaric.
That should be incidental, not essential to who we are. But when you make tribalism essential,
Gavin McInnes,
then history is going to say if you go down that road, you're going to share a lot of things with the Stasis at Corsiva and Thucydides' history. You're going to see a lot of things that went on in the Balkans over 1,000 years. You're going to see things that went on in Rwanda and Iraq. So be warned. Woke was focused more on race than any type of ideology that we've seen in a long time. It's the idea that you are permanently identified by your superficial appearances, and you cannot change that. And therefore, that will be the barometer of success or failure in this country. And we're going to start talking to people in collectives. So yes, there may be individual exceptions, but we can use, if we say white, we can say white rage, white supremacy, white privilege, and we mean all white people, or we wouldn't collectivize it. And that's something that has a bad history in civilization. You can't look at woke in the present without a historical context. So we have precedents for what they're doing, taking classics of literature or music or statuary or art and recalibrating them for contemporary political purposes. And in Rome, great statues of Roman Empire, of emperors would be there.
And nobody, and this whole thing, you know, you're talking about the inbreeding. Nobody wants to talk about shit like that, right? But yes, inbreeding is not good, right? I've been in the South. You get extra toes and less intelligence.
And webbed fingers.
Webbed fingers and shit. Okay, it's really fucked
Remember
up.
Lobster Boy?
And so, the inbreeding is crazy, especially like in Palestine. But yeah, these people are marrying their first cousins and shit. And you do that, man. I mean, it's taboo for a reason. It's taboo because you get weird. You know, you can't have kids with your sister. It doesn't work. And so, and that's created a huge problem over there. And who knows even whether it's deliberate, but I mean, it comes along with their culture. So.
Then they called it damnatio memoriae. When he became unpopular, you could save money by erasing his face and just putting the next emperor's face on the old emperor's body. So all these woke people think they have reached the end of history. They have moral superiority that's never been seen before. They have an intellect that is just superior to everyone, and they never think that, well, wait a minute. Once we set this model that each generation gets to tear down statues, rename names, why do we think it's going to be static? So it's conceivable that 50 years we might have a conservative reactionary nutty regime that says, I can't believe you people.
He's so good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. So that's kind of that's sort of a good appetizer for what we want to do on Wednesday nights, I think.
Yeah.
Wednesday nights, we're going to start, I don't know what we're going to call it. You might give me some suggestions. Like we have movie club on Saturday, and I've decided that we are going to stick with the dark comedy, horror, or cheesy old movie, horror, no politics, nothing like Lady Ballers. We watched Lady Ballers first, and then we ended up doing a double feature. You crashed out because you had a toothache or something, and Denise and I watched the second movie, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I had way more fun watching Tucker and Dale versus Evil. But anyway, on Wednesday nights, we want to do something like this, where we might do something educational, something that stretches our brains, and we could talk about it and break
like
it down.
Like a documentary, maybe, or
documentary, or like this, or
a
lecture from Jordan Peterson.
Yep.
Those are always great.
Yep.
That we can talk about. So I thought we would do that, so we could.
It'd be really good to highlight people that we've come to collect as far as information and
right. I mean, look, what I found is this whole thing, this whole Truth Slinger project, is that all we've been doing is making these shows, and then we just enjoy what we enjoy doing, and like what kind of music we like to listen to, and what's influenced us, and I used to hate that term, being an influencer.
Yeah, right.
But it's about the most accurate word.
Right.
Right? When you wear a pair of sunglasses and one of the people that watches your show goes out and buys a pair of sunglasses because they think your fucking sunglasses rock, you've influenced them, right? Mm-hmm. Or if they pray a little more every day, or if they start volunteering or doing whatever the hell because of something that you said.
Right.
Or Start listening, turn somebody on to a whole genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a cat want to get out? Yeah, we
Huh?
have a cat want to get out. Come on.
Uh-oh.
All right. So let's move on. We're getting close here. All right, what do we got? Oh, this is a little more. Is this pedophilia X?
This is actually yes. This video we've seen. We haven't shown them before. I've seen the video before, but they finally doxed him. Like they know who he is now, so he's quit his job.
Oh,
But go ahead and play it.
He's a Bronx prosecutor.
Yeah.
Or was.
William
Kemp Neal.
Yep.
Oh.
Now this is not okay. This the guy that is holding the pedophile.
Right.
Is just a bystander.
Right.
Okay. So let's.
This bitch ass. He's trying to fuck a 13-year-old boy. Oh no. Yes, you were. Hey, what you here doing, Marcus? You trying to be a 13-year-old boy? Yeah? You trying to be a 13-year-old boy, Marcus? No.
This guy's here to be the 13-year-old boy.
No, hey, you want to take him to get a milkshake, right, Marcus?
No, I didn't.
You didn't, Marcus? Now you got your ass in a fucking full Nelson right here. Getting yoked up. Child predator in the Bronx. Trying to meet a 13-year-old boy.
Excuse me, everybody. This man right here came to meet a 13-year-old boy.
That's what you get for trying to meet a fucking little boy. Child predator. Child predator right here.
Now,
Yeah, you trying to get a milkshake with him, huh?
This motherfucker was in charge of throwing people in jail.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You trying to get real familiar. What you trying to do?
I was trying.
Hey, get your ass the fuck up. This bitch ass. He's trying to fuck a 13-year-old boy.
I'll tell you something else. What Victor Davis Hanson didn't talk about when he talked about that they've switched things out and they've created this permanent victim class based on your race. They also did the same fucking thing with this sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
They did the same thing.
Yep.
Okay? Because there are fucking people out there. We've been calling them pedophiliacs for how long? Oh no, now they're MAPs. What's a MAP? A minor attracted person.
Yeah, no.
They're just attracted to minors.
No.
It's totally okay. It's normal. They're just on the spectrum. Fucking A. I mean, these people, okay, should be, okay, executed. All right, what do we got here? Posted racist comment on Facebook. Oh, yeah. Remember that guy? We showed the video yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They arrested him. 15 weeks in jail because he made a nasty Facebook post somebody didn't like. Sold anti-immigration stickers, 24 months in prison. Anti-immigration, didn't like the immigration.
Right.
So he made stickers. Repeatedly raped a 12-year-old girl, 180 community hours, no prison time.
That's the UK for you right now. And that's why what's going on is going on.
Ugh.
It's sick. Sick stuff, man.
It's it's fucking evil. It's evil. All right, that's it, kids.
That's it?
That's it. That's all the bookmarks.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Unless you threw one up there while I
No,
wasn't
I don't
watching.
think so. No.
Nope, that's it.
All right.
I mean, we could pop home
Well,
and
it's
see
almost 10.
our surprise. What is this? What do you notice about the picture as they cross the finish line?
What?
I don't know.
Matt,
Is this one of
he
those
does
fucking
that
ones?
to make you.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Do you ever get these posts? There's nothing. There's nothing to notice here. There's nothing unusual. There's nothing
Right.
strange. Nothing at all. Except for we're looking for something. It's like, what's wrong with this picture? Not a fucking thing.
Hey, John. It's nice to have you with us.
Hey, John. Yeah, it just looks like they're extremely damn muscular. And I don't know. I don't see any men in here because if there were, then they'd be way, way, way up here. So I think he's just pulling our leg. Okay. Kamala Harris just chose Tim Walz, who put COVID-positive patients into nursing homes. Oh, God. This guy is going to turn out to be a real gift that keeps on giving, I think.
I hope so.
Walz is responsible for destroying families if and when another pandemic appears. The Harris-Walz administration would result in lockdowns and loss of life. Oh, man, that's just the beginning.
He let Minneapolis burn down with over $500 million in damages and 1,500 properties destroyed.
Oh, here's the guy right here.
Yep.
All proud of what he's doing, giving driver's licenses to illegals in Minnesota. Here you go.
You get a driver's license.
It's done.
A packed room at the St. Paul Armory erupted after the governor's signature made driver's license for all the law of the land.
And then they start chanting, "Ceasefire now."
What?
I think that's what. I mean, this world has lost its ever fucking loving mind. Okay, why are we cheering for this? Why is even fucking one person really give a shit about this? Besides, I mean, there should be people in here instead of cheering. They're all locked out outside, probably aren't allowed in because this is a big. Ooh, look! Remember that guy that went out of the? I don't remember what mayor he was. He came out of the room and he goes like literally comes out and he goes, "We're gonna sanctuary city."
What the fuck is that about?
Okay. These fucking people these liberals or leftists are fucking crazy. Yeah, here's what we're talking about. This is the thing we just the other day.
Proper use of the electronic communications network under
What?
127 of the Communications Act, okay? So you do not have to say that may harm your defence if you don't mention one question, something which you later are in court.
That's a
Anything you
Facebook
say may
guy.
be given evidence.
Yeah,
Do you
it's the Facebook
understand
guy.
that?
So I'm actually being
You're
arrested.
going to be arrested, okay?
You got
Right,
arrested, okay?
Right.
Okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page.
Oh, really?
I couldn't stand listening to her. Okay. It's that up talk. It's, oh, God, man. You come to my fucking house and arrest me for what I fucking just did on this podcast, we're going to have a problem. This fucking country, okay? You're going to be dancing, jackboot. I'm going to be shooting at your fucking feet as you're running off this place and going, get the fuck out of here, and I never want to see your face again.
Yep.
And if that results in me going to fucking jail, okay, or the Civil War popping off, fucking so be it. Don't come to my fucking house. Don't come to my fucking house on a Facebook page. Holy shit. And if you're not following Matt Baker at Slave to Liberty, you should be.
Yep.
He's a friend of mine, good guy.
He's a wild man.
And he is a wild man.
California Viking.
Yep, the California Viking, right? So, man, you know what? I've had a grainy video for I don't know how long, okay? And I've had Cam 1, Cam 2 set up.
Right.
And then I always use them. And I had to make a square camera, and I didn't want to, for the interview yesterday. And I set up a different I just set up a new camera using the existing one, but I just made a new thing called Capture Device 1, okay?
Right.
Video capture device. And it was the quality was different of it. So I said, wow, as soon as I got off the interview, I said, I started playing around with it, and I made a new video capture device and put in this second camera, and I did it this morning because remember it was really grainy, and you're like, I turned on the lights, and I'm like, maybe it'll be less grainy, and you're like,
That's too bright.
and so I turned a fucking light off, and I'm like, but I wasn't happy with the video quality. I said, oh yeah, yesterday. So I tried to add it in, and look how good it is. Look how clear it is now. Man, everything looks really.
I still look like I have no eyes.
What?
It's like a Dilbert thing.
You're like that lady on Sunday mornings or whatever on Fox News, and she's the one with the glasses,
squinty. Hi,
and she's got
baby.
little slits in her eye for her eyes, and
Hey,
you can never
baby.
see her
Ow.
eyes.
Ow.
Oh, hey,
Ow.
easy there.
Oh God! Turn
Would you
my
get boobin scratching
ear
there?
off. No.
No, All
My
right.
ear.
Oh, your ear. Okay. As long as you
baby.
keep the equipment intact, there, we wouldn't want that damaged, right? Daddy's squeezy toys.
Oh my God! No, they don't make a noise when you squeeze them. Okay.
We have fun here, man. We have
I'm
fun.
glad you do.
We have
Okay,
fun.
but
I mean, and you gotta laugh because shit is going sideways, man. So, right? You need to know, make sure you know Jesus because the days are evil and wicked, and you might get a bomb dropped on your fucking head or whatever. And so I would suggest if you don't know Jesus, now would be a good time to start reading your Bible, beginning in the New Testament. Just read the Gospels. Just read the 4 Gospels.
Yep. Don't
if you ain't
start
saved,
in
if you ain't
Genesis.
saved by that time, and you don't want to keep reading. I don't know, but just read it, because if you haven't read it and you have an opinion about it, fuck you. I didn't even want to talk to you, because it's contempt prior to investigation. I'm not going to waste my fucking time arguing with you, right? Not really, because if you're not willing to read it, and you're like, no, I just don't believe it because of blah 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 and blah blah blah. Because it's been passed down and corrupted and it's been controlled by men, control men. Fuck you, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about, right? So, wow, over 1,000 views today? Oh, that's exciting. Well, I think people are starting to tune in because they're going, what the hell's going on in the world?
Yeah.
And the news media is not telling them.
Yep.
And so they're wanting to tune into alternative media like us.
And I'm actually searching out some of some people that we follow that I would like to incorporate into our group.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's another thing, and that's exciting. It's a good thing to talk about. Is yesterday, it's really cool because as this thing, sometimes it feels like this just doesn't change, and it just feels like you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then all of a sudden things start to go, and now we're starting to get some momentum. And one of the things yesterday we started to do is actively, that if we found somebody that was enjoyable, because it's good to interact with the comments on all the tweets, because then you get more comments, and that's where the advertisers put the advertisements in, and that's how you get paid, right? And plus, but I mean, it helps you with the algorithm. They say if you're engaging with people and stuff,
Right.
rather than just blowing them off,
Which is part of the fun.
Well, yeah, that's the whole fun of it. So I spent all last night doing it, and if I found anybody tickled my fancy, I invited them, and
Did
I
you?
said, yeah, you gotta join this ragtag group of
Yeah.
patriots, right?
Yeah.
You gotta join us, because this is where it's at, man. This is where it's at. We're having fun, we're kicking ass, and we're taking names, and we're making a difference. I firmly believe that. And so, you know what? I might show you my man crush I got last night. I'm going to show you this because I think it's worth doing. Hopefully you haven't made too many posts this morning and it's not buried too deep.
No, I have not.
Okay, yeah. This is my interview with Mikey Siggs O'Malley. It was fun. It was great. And I want to do more of that. I want to just interview normal people. This is so funny. I posted this last night. And I'm like going, okay, here we go. This don't look good, right?
Oh my God.
And somebody wrote, they just look like they're all, it's like, they're really intimidating except for the prancing or something.
The prancing part, yeah.
Fucking prancing. Oh man, it was pretty funny. Where am I going to, I know I did post this. Here he is. This guy, the Gaijin, it was pretty funny. He
says he's watched our show before.
Has he? Did
Yeah.
he? Hey, I mean, it's like so funny, man. I was like, all of a sudden he sent me this shit last night, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's my fucking spirit animal. He sends me a video. Not only is he wearing a fucking hat and drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette, but he's in a fucking black duster.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, I want to talk to this guy.
Yep.
I want to talk to this guy, right? Tell me that guy is not going to be fucking interesting to talk to. Okay, I can't wait. And then there's this guy who was bugging me for a little while, and he hasn't written me back now that I wrote him about it. He said he's a Freemason.
Oh, I think you did right.
Oh, did he?
I think so.
He's like a Freemason, or he was a former Freemason. He's like all into the shit, knows all about it. And I'm like, and I know that, Freemasons had a whole lot to do with Washington, D.C. And so I'm going to go down that rabbit hole for a while. And I found that I'm really enjoying doing the interviewer part of it. And I'm enjoying the practice. That's one of the reasons too, is that I get to know my friends, and you guys get to know each other better. And so you can interact better and support each other and be there for each other because we're going to need each other.
Yeah.
Right? And we didn't have nobody until, like, we started doing this.
Yeah.
We started with Anders, and now, look, we got a crew, man. We got a crew. We got this True
I love
Slinger
our crew.
armies. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, this guy, I want to talk to him. Definitely have to do that. And I'm really glad I fixed my camera. It is so clear. I've been dealing with grainy video forever. And this never really looked good either. It was all like too, so yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to have the light
The lights on, no. And so, yeah, much better, Finally got all this stuff worked out. And again, if Mike's still here, thank you so much yesterday. Mike was so patient. Let me tell you, I have to learn new technology like all the time. And
yeah, it's hard.
It's hard when you get older.
We were big techies. I mean, our whole lives.
Yeah,
but.
and so I had a volume problem. My volume kept going down spontaneously, which was a real pain in the ass. And then I was having problems with just piping in the cameras and this, that, and the other thing, and getting the mute. There's like 16 mutes everywhere, and I can't hear you. Can you hear me? And then all this shit I had to do, and he was stuck with me for like 45 minutes, but it was kind of cool because he was able to see the screen I was working on, what I was doing and stuff. I was piping it back to him, and so it was a learning experience for him, and he got an interest in wanting to, maybe go get a set of headphones and maybe a better webcam and, start doing something because he's talented. He's good at it. He did it in his garage. Like, he made like 18 or 20 videos. Wow. I'm going to have to get his Rumble page and post it.
Yeah.
And you just go watch his rantings for a while because it was really enjoyable. And so, yeah, definitely appreciated that because it helped me get more confident in what I'm doing and get better at what I'm doing. And we had a blast. And what he said was, he got nervous right before he came on and he said, you know what? What the hell? I'm just talking to my friend, Tim. That's all we're going to do is shoot this shit. I'm like, that's right. And that's what I got to tell myself today when I go on with Johnny Vedmore, because I consider him a friend. We've texted some back and forth. And so I'm just going on to shoot the shit with a friend. Forget about the audience, except when they read the chat and he asks these ridiculous questions sometimes.
Are you the killer Christian?
I'm the killer Christian, yeah. That's me.
who they...
Guy with the gun in the back, yeah. Right.
Maybe we want to talk, maybe you want to talk with him about what's going on in England right now with Tommy Robinson.
Yeah,
and all
well,
that.
what I got to do is I've got to brush up first because and he's, and I'm probably going to work on it and I'm going to get on. We're not going to talk about what the fuck he said we were going to talk about. But last time he gave me how four different quote unquote saviors, like Krishna, and I can't remember the one I was researching last night. It was an Egyptian god with a falcon head or some shit like that. They all supposedly were resurrected from the dead, all this, that, and the other, all similar to Jesus. And I'm going, what? I never heard this before. Send me this chart. And so I started researching it last night. I started making a list of questions. And I didn't save my questions I wrote last night. Shit, when I turned the computer off. Anyway, I'll have to go and think about them again. But anyway, and we're probably going to end up talking about something else. But I think it would be interesting if we would talk about what the hell's going on over there in England.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Seem relevant. I don't want to get too pigeonholed as the Christian guy all the time. I mean, I have a Christian worldview, but I'm perfectly capable, as you can see, about talking about politics for long periods of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can talk about just about anything for a long period of time. It's just what I do. I diarrhea of the mouth. So I should probably shut it now. It's almost getting on 10 after. So we really enjoyed you this morning, and if any new people were here, and I really need to get my little thing to look through and say thank you, Denise, and thank you all the different people that were here. And
the romper room.
Yeah, the romper room thing. John Rogers. Yeah, much love to you too. We really enjoy having you here. And if I didn't interact with you in the chat, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. And if I didn't shout you out or anything, but and definitely go follow According to Woz if you haven't already. He's awesome. He's a great help. We gained. I don't know if there was somebody. I got on a train last night. Actually, I'm embarrassed to say I think it wasn't Woz's, but I got on one or two yesterday. But he's great for channel building. He's awesome, and he amasses
supporter.
the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
And so we gained 100 followers yesterday. That was good. We haven't had that much growth in quite a while. It seems that we go up 30, down 30, up 30, down 30. And we've been there for like a month.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just weird. And then every once in a while they change the algorithm and it busts loose. But, right. So I guess breakfast now, right, my love?
Yay!
And then,
Yep.
And then what? What's the schedule
Then Lager.
over the
Hopefully
day?
the Lager will be
Lager
here.
guy will be here today. That would.
Yeah, and then we gotta check the news and see if we're gonna live stream anything today.
Yeah, we might be back on live streaming if something busts, right? If war breaks out, World War III,
Well-
that would probably be newsworthy.
What time? What time here? Oh, is it 3:00 p.m. here when stuff starts happening in Israel?
Oh yeah,
They're like
Israel is 7 hours ahead.
7, so it's 10.
So
Okay.
yeah, so that's
Around
about
3:00.
About 3:00 is when they expect, obviously, because most of the time attacks happen after dark.
Right.
So we probably, unless a nuke gets dropped somewhere in Boston or some shit like that, we probably won't be on until 3 or so. Just to let you know.
Yeah, but there could be all kinds of other stuff going on.
That is true too. But you know, one of the things that I think has been great, and if you're ever doing something like this, one of the greatest things we ever did was because Woz told us that you really need to do live streaming, and that we got back into it. And what was nice was we went on a schedule,
Mhm.
and I think the consistency was important for us.
Yeah.
I think that people know where to find us, when to find us,
Yeah.
and that we're always there, and that's important.
It's super important.
It's super important. So if you ever do anything like that, remember.
So no more day drinking. No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. I think that's about a wrap now that you've embarrassed me.
Oh my
have
God.
a nice day. Bye. God bless you.
Bye.
I hate you.